Oh, I thought it was another cow. I thought it wasn't a Cowboys hat.
That was a Tennessee hat.
You must have been smoking Sunday night, eh?
You're on YouTube.
Sunday. What happened Sunday?
Cowboys lost.
Oh, man, don't even get me started with that.
Oh,
Green Bay is my
Football.
team, so
Green Bay's your team and you're a Connecticut guy originally? That
yeah.
doesn't make
Well, I
sense.
like the Patriots, but Green Bay's me and Tracy's team.
So what have you guys been working on this week or saw this week on the RC stuff?
Besides well, I know that there's more Tamiya's coming out and people aren't very happy with the blockhead thing. And a new Kyosho is out, a new 12 scale.
Working on my tires rack.
Cool. The problem with the new Tamiya blockhead, to me, it's just a paint job. It's just a new sticker. It's nothing has evolved on that RC. So it's the same thing, but different paint job.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I wouldn't mind having it just because the Hot Shot 2 hasn't been out since the 90s. So that's how I look at it.
So it's just like the TRX 4s, the same thing, but just different bodies.
Yeah, well, they like Brad mentioned, that particular one hasn't been out since the 80s. So it has been 20
90s.
years since they made it, but they decided to bring it out again, but with a different
It was the 80s. That was like
Different
30s.
body.
90s.
no, same body, but different stickers for it.
Oh, okay.
And it's got a three shock system. That's what it's got.
Well, it always had 3 shock systems.
Yeah, that one always had 3 shocks.
So the only thing different for that is the stickers that comes with it, because you can paint it any way you want, but not use the sticker. But there's not really, that's kind of stupid buying it and not use a sticker for the blockhead.
Yeah, but you know what? They also say that the canopy or where the man sits should be down lower, not higher. So they did a little slight.
I don't even know what they look like. So.
They did a different frame job on the roll bar.
Jamaican.
RC Kick says there's some other new things that are out besides he just got the CRC2 Phantom, which has a suspension system unlike the one he had earlier 2 years ago. A 12 scale pan car.
Probably.
Oh, well, a lot of people are happy that Schumacher came out quickly with another buggy. It's a 4-wheel drive buggy called the Pro Cat, and they just came out with the Cougar within a month or 2 of it.
Okay.
Is that the vintage?
What?
Is it the old one, the vintage Schumacher? Or is it new?
Those are vintage.
Oh wow!
I can't believe they came out back to back with new vintage cars right away. One's a 2-wheel drive, one's a 4-wheel drive.
Well,
I wouldn't mind owning some Schumachers, but I hear the XLS, even though they don't make it anymore, they just stopped making it, is a pain in the butt to put together. And
yeah, I never built a Schumacher before, but I heard that's a little bit a challenge compared to Tamiya or Kyosho.
I mean, I've built B3 Associateds, and it had its challenges. I'm almost about to start working again on my fighting buggy. I mean, after what happened, my friend, it threw me for a loop, and I usually do things when he's around. Need his eyes in case I drop something off the table. On top of
Take
mine.
a strong magnet.
I have a magnet on this thing right here,
There you go.
but it's hard to see on my black car because of the color of the screws.
Go from Wawa.
Oh, I'll mute it.
I think the XRT from Traxxas is getting more and more popular. People are, I hear they're dropping their Traxxases and the X Maxes for it.
So you're showing the blockhead. So there are a few differences that
Oh, there
in
it
the
is.
80s. I think it has, you can put LED lights on the light buckets, I believe.
Yeah.
And it has yellow shocks, chrome rims, some minor details, but overall it's about 90% identical.
That's just two-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive.
That's four-wheel. That's
Yeah.
cool.
See,
I mean,
because it's four-wheel drive, I wouldn't mind getting it because I don't have a Tamiya buggy that is four-wheel drive or a
Yeah.
Kyosho buggy.
It
four-wheel
does it does look pretty neat. Like the design, like it's a cool looking buggy.
Yeah.
Its normal color was a brownish red. Am I right saying?
The normal color is black, I think, for the Hotshot 2.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was black. I think I've seen it in brownish red though.
Yeah, Tamiya's off-road tires.
What did they
Yeah, there's some new
change the
cars.
stickers?
There's some new cars that are coming out that are from Tamiya. I think there's like 6 of them. I forgot the name of all of them. Oh, they just came out with the top of the line TTO2 chassis. I think it's called the SR or something.
Oh wow. I actually love the TTO2 chassis. Like even a basic one, it's pretty well designed. Very economical.
Versatile.
1 second, y'all. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the original Hotshot.
Yeah, that's the original.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Hmm.
As you
I
see,
think I like
the
that one better.
canopy is different. The canopy's shorter. See, the canopy's shorter. It's more rakish than it is on the new one.
True, it's not as tall. Yes.
Yeah, the new one look a little more scale, like look more like a real buggy, if it is such thing.
This is way too low.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there is such
that's what the
things.
Hot Shot and Super Hot Shot is. They look that their canopies are just the same as that was.
Because it's about equal as the
Who knows? Saying they may come back out with that one in that style because they technically made it different slightly with the new one, so they could do that again and make the one with the rakish top.
Is this a modification for the front suspension?
Yeah, it is. It is.
The Super
See,
Hot
it's
Shot,
dumb,
then.
right? Like, might as well get a Super Shot or Super Hot Shot if you want 4. The cool thing is, well, the Hot Shot has 3 shocks or 2 shocks.
I guess
Yeah,
they're
you know what?
four-wheel drive too, huh? Super
Yeah.
hot
You know what? I
shots.
was surprised. The Hot Shot around vintage car RC. That guy who does cars with his young daughter. He has a track, and he said the Hot Shot made it around the track better than the Super Shot, which I was surprised. He was too. He timed it.
So the Tamiya M chassis, the TRX4M, has been out for a week now, or a week and a half. What's everybody think about it?
I never heard about it. Which chassis? First time.
The Tamiya TRX, the M chassis, the small one there, the not Tamiya, Traxxas.
Traxxas,
I'm
okay.
like, what?
Oh, the
I'm
118.
just curious I'm just curious what day it is. Is it Tuesday or Thursday
Wrong
today?
P company.
I've seen it, but it's quite big. It's not that like. I think it's bigger than the SCX 24.
It is
is
big.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
18th.
scale.
Lyle, we were just mentioning new stuff. That's why we're talking about it. And
Oh yeah, I think it's well designed.
I know.
I
You didn't
looked at
sense
it and
my
I like it.
sarcasm, clearly.
I like the
A lot of
I like the
people are
Bronco.
liking them, and the low speed transmission gears really tame it down to where you can control it in low speeds.
Does it have 2-speed?
Well, they have 3 different transmission sets.
So what is a 2-speed?
No,
No.
there's no 2-speed, Brad.
Not a 2-speed. It's got
You changed
a
the whole
medium-
transmission.
Yeah, it comes with a medium gear set, but you can get either a low speed gear set or low speed transmission, and you can get a high speed gear set or high speed transmission. So you can do it either way. You can take it all apart and change the gears, or if you want to be able to swap it out real quick, you can get a whole
swap
transmission
the
with a
transmission
motor
out.
on it and just swap it out. Yeah.
Yeah, transmission and motor and everything is just all right there, just bolt in.
110 Hobby received an order from Traxxas. It's all the hop ups available for that. It's crazy what they've came out with.
Yeah, they sent that to all the shops.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh, easy.
Oh yeah, they're
sad.
not waiting for the aftermarket to come up with it. They're come up with everything themselves.
That's
How
why.
much is it?
Yeah.
How much is it?
150.
That's about
Yeah, it's
average for
pretty
that
cool.
size.
That's
But,
with no hop ups.
you know, you're gonna spend that much again when you go to put bearings in it. And
That's right.
add on.
All the
Yeah.
transmission and the friggin', you're right.
I
It
still
doesn't
say
come with
they
bearings?
dropped the ball with that right there.
No, it comes with
Bearings.
bushings.
it's all
All the
bushing.
oil like bushings in it is instead of bearings.
yeah, they're brass, so it's not as bad as plastic. Which actually, if you plan on going in water with it, is probably a good thing. But if you're gonna keep it dry, then bearings are the way to go for sure. You know.
Yeah, it just,
Sealed bearings and ceramic bearings, which are all right for water.
I guess bushing is fine because you're going slow with those trucks anyways. It take a while to wear it out.
yeah, but all the others come stock with bearings.
And they're
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
heavy, the M chassis, the 18 scale.
But they still freeze up, right? The bearings, if you get them wet and shit.
Well, if you've got dirt in there
Or-
and things like that, they won't.
Yeah. I mean, more
Yeah.
than the,
Yeah,
more
you're
than
gonna
the,
have to, take it apart and clean it and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's not the same as if you were like racing with it. That'd be a whole nother deal.
Exactly.
yeah.
Like my Tamiya, again, I'm saying the Tamiya name, Lyle. Just for you, I'm gonna say Tamiya again.
Thanks.
Super Hornet. It came with bushing, brass bushing. And let me tell you, in those front wheels, I've used those bushing twice before I actually put bearings in there. The wheels were slopping and like all that because those bushing, even though they're brass, they were getting used up crazy because of all the dirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
But not
okay.
only the brass wear, but the dry shaft would wear out too.
It did wear out too, yes.
Yeah.
Now another trick with those brass bushings, before you get it out in the dirt, take it apart and clean them. Not
Are you
necessarily in the
nuts?
transmission,
Are you
in the
nuts?
axles.
Do you think I'm
And,
gonna clean my RC before going bashing? I shake it a little bit, and then I put it on the ground, then I go. That's how I clean my shit.
Well, it's just to get the,
Unless
get the oil.
you know,
off them.
Let's
You
about
get the oil
bearings.
off of them, and then you spray them with a dry lube, like
Yep.
silicone or graphite. And,
95% of
that's
the
gonna
people
drag
that
dirt.
own these RC will not do that.
Right.
This is very true.
But the hardcore people that I wouldn't say care about them, but I would say that they have a psychology, a problem about having everything neat and everything so clean there.
OCD.
OCD. Everybody that has OCD, they're the one that's going to take care of their machine a heck of a lot more than what I would.
I have a little bit of OCD.
Yeah.
So do I, but I've actually been stated to have that in my psychology. So
I have WD-40.
I do have WD dry lube.
I keep it dry.
You know why it's called
Paintbrush.
WD-40, by the way?
Yes.
Oh.
Nice.
Water
I do.
displacement 40.
Yeah.
Water dispersion. They took them 40 trials
40
to get the
times,
right
yeah.
formula.
Yeah. Tank, that's a very interesting transmission, man. I was looking at that when you posted.
Oh, it is.
That's
it
a
is
that's a really
very-
neat Tamiya.
It's
It's
not.
not.
Sakura. Sakura
My,
D4, D5 mid. So,
It's
and
rear wheel drive, right?
that is correct.
Yes.
And the ESC is right at the back here, which is
What do you
everything
say that is?
Hey,
What do you say that is?
Sakura D5M. for
MR.
mid.
Oh, okay. It's Sakura. Okay.
Yeah, Sakura three racing.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
three
the
racing.
one with
Drifting or
the
it's like-
drifting showing off.
It's for drifting. So I got the
Okay.
gyro on there. I do have a 4-channel radio link, which has a gyro, but it's disabled. I decided with this gyro because it was a
Okay.
cheap gyro that cost me $30 US, I think.
Yeah,
And it
slideology.
had a control wire. And to me, that was the biggest thing, is I didn't want to go in there and tweak it. So I installed a control wire, and there I'm moving it. Now I'll show you guys. It's kind of cool.
I was wondering. No, go ahead, man. I'm
You were
sorry.
wondering what?
No, I was wondering how that motor fit in the top of that transmission, but
Oh, well, it's just a motor mount and it just fits right on top.
yeah.
It goes to the spur gear, and then the spur, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the gears inside.
Yeah.
It goes all the way
Yeah,
down.
they were
so-
they were
Is
they
that
were
four-wheel drive?
molecular cut.
No,
They were
this is
molecular
only
cut.
front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, because turning angle is just crazy on this.
Oh, okay,
Ooh, yeah, drifter.
So,
right. So the hardcore drifters are gonna love that one because it's rear wheel drive, yeah.
yes,
You're gonna need to
More realistic.
you're gonna need to adjust the front geometry a little bit because the Ackerman's way off. I can tell just by looking at the way you turned it.
you mean it
Yeah,
has to go on the
it's got a
slant?
bunch of- looks like it's got some toe out there, Frank.
Yeah, no, you want the toe out, Bill, for the drifters like this. But he actually needs to go a hair more, like another degree or so more. So the Ackerman will be correct when he's driving it.
Out or?
Yes,
to-
out.
Okay,
More out,
because it
okay.
was, I actually brought it straighter.
Yeah, bring it out just about another degree and a half, and that's about all you'll need and all you'll want.
Okay,
Until
because
you-
I kind of found it weird that it was out, kind of
No, that's
off.
right.
Okay. And
Yeah,
what
I used
about
to buy
this?
it
Because
at-
I see a lot of people bring it in a lot, and it is.
Camber, you should be okay on, but it's not even. I can see that. Driver side is not as
Yeah,
not
if
as
you've got a,
much as
if
the
you've got
passenger
a-
side.
Yeah.
if you have a camber gauge, it would be real handy for making sure you got those the same.
Yeah.
There's my camber gauge.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
spend money on that.
Good
Yeah,
old
the
high
RPM
climb.
ones. The RPM one's cheap and it actually works pretty good to help set those up.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
And Frank still hasn't driven the grasshopper yet.
No, I have not.
So
What's
you want to
that
show
Milton
us?
doing?
I might do it tomorrow because it snowed, and the snow is a little harder today because it kind of melted. So now there's a little tiny sheet of ice. So having that on the ice and snow is gonna be kind of cool.
Yeah. Crispy
It also
crisp.
gives slightly more traction because it's crushable.
Little paddles at the back, yeah.
Hank, you gonna show us how that gyro worked?
Yes, I can.
Where
I know
are you
you
gonna
said
go
you
run
were gonna
that?
show us something, but then we started talking about something else.
Where are
Yes.
you gonna be? Where are you gonna be running that, Frank? The
My
Cure-
friend
the
has a
Cure.
basement that has a track, a drifter track, so I'm probably gonna go there.
Okay.
And
You know,
is
drifting
that-
is not as easy as people might think.
Oh, no, it's definitely not easy.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off for the night. You guys have a
Darn
good one.
Lyle.
Good night,
Hey,
Lyle.
Lyle.
Good to
Yeah,
say
Lyle.
hi,
Good to see you.
everybody.
Hi, Lyle.
Good to see you, Lyle. See you later.
Have a good one, Al.
Try to stay
You
warm,
guys
buddy.
too.
See you, Lyle. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. Vagina.
Frank, the gyro you've got on there is one of the Slideology ones, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. I thought so. Those are actually really good. But I mean, for what you're doing, just learning and getting used to it, it's great because of the price point on it. But if you step up to like something that's an actual comp style car, you will want like the Yokomo V4 or something along those lines.
yeah,
Doesn't
and I'm not
something
gonna
have
do any comp. This is just for fun, and I am not gonna spend over $100 on the gyro for me to drive this maybe once every 2 or 3 years.
Hey, that's more than me. That's
You
more
can get 'em
often than
for
me.
Less than 100. Well, maybe up there it's over that. What servo did you go with?
Oh, it's a good one. Exactly which one, I can't remember. Where the heck is my sheet of paper?
Do you need a fast servo for drifting?
You want faster compared to strength.
Oh, it is a fast one. It's a 3 racing one. It's SP020V.
Okay,
It's
I know which one that is.
Yeah, turn them wheels fast.
it was like almost $100. Like it was crazy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
servos can be
Um,
crazy. Wanted to be.
Was it a regular size or is it low profile?
It's a low profile.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got my MKS low profile that I used in mine. That works really good, but that's over $100.
So I do
That's
not
about
have
200
a
Canadian.
shorty pack for this, so I just gonna stick a small little tiny battery in there for now. You have to get a shorty pack.
Yeah, it's all you need for testing.
You know, speaking of servos, today on Facebook, a buddy of mine posted that he had problems with a reef servo.
Wow.
Good
And
happens.
he well, and well, that's not the bad thing, really. The bad thing is that he tried to get something done about it, and they basically told him to go pound sand. Basically what happened was his fault. And
All right.
I've had no-name companies send me replacement servos when all they had was my word
Yeah.
on the fact that it was fucking up. And for a company like Reefs to not stand behind something, I thought it might be isolated, but then all of the responses to his comment, there was at least a dozen other people in that group that were having problems with Reefs with their customer service.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of that lately.
Don't know.
I don't know if
kind
it's
of a
true,
sad
but I've been
thing,
hearing it.
as the product seems to be, you would think their customer service would be up there too.
Yeah.
I hear
So-
that.
Brad,
I hear.
fucking shut up.
I hear.
But being that they're kind of on the expensive side, I would hope that they would be a little bit better about their customer service, you know.
I hear Riola, that new RC company that's been giving people RCs to show.
Riola.
Yeah, I hear their customer service was good.
Never heard of them, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, like
Riola.
they make little buggies. They like 18, 16 scale buggies.
All right.
Look at them tires.
Okay,
Hell, they're
so
new.
right now the gyro is disabled. I actually put it on my radio. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show that. On channel 3 here. On channel 3, if I go up, you see it's at plus 100.
Yeah.
If I put it at 0, then it's disabled. If I go minus 100 or plus 100, it's the same thing. Doesn't matter. I thought it was like the gyro on the radio link, is if I brought it all the way down to minus 100, it would be off, but it's not. It's 0 that it's off.
Hmm.
What is neat with this is as soon as I turn it, I want to turn it, you see the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So if I take this and I turn it all the way around, they stay there until the car actually stops. Then it comes back.
That's cool.
So when you're drifting, and that's the best way I found to show this, is by having it on the table like this. And right now it's at 100%. So if you're drifting and you find it too aggressive, you can actually turn it down. So this is at 50%. Now it won't turn. It does turn if you really slide, it turns all the way. If you, but I really have to slam it, like,
You got to huck it hard.
yeah, I got to turn it hard for it to go all the way. But if I bring it up all the way up, I just have to move it just a little bit for it to go all the way.
Yeah. I would say start at about 75%.
Okay.
And see how you like it.
And right now that's a 4350 kV on there, so. it's not
Ooh,
bad.
that gear mesh don't sound right.
Yeah, it sounds pretty.
Yeah. That's not bad right there. But just starting off, it sounds real rough.
Yeah, probably because the way I hit it, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's
has a
censored or
pattern.
sensorless?
Sensorless.
Okay, it will be kind of rough to do some of the corners with a sensorless motor. The censored motor makes it a lot easier to drive in the corners at lower speeds.
It is a 5-pole or 10-pole motor, I believe it was, so it should be not bad. I'll see. I'll see how it is.
It won't be as bad as some of the others, but you'll still be able to tell.
They have 10 pole
I,
motors
I
now?
was, yes, I was supposed to put this in my speed car, in my Kyosho Mercedes,
Mhm.
to replace the other one, but when I decided to build this car, I decided to put it in there. So yes, I might upgrade this ESC motor combo to something else in the future. But
Yeah,
for
you'll
now,
want
that's what
to.
I'm putting in there.
Yeah, you'll want to, because you'll be able to tell the difference. As soon as you go and go to your buddy's house, if he's got a drifter, it's got a censored motor, drive it and compare it to that, and you'll be able to tell the difference big time. Even doing a brushed motor in that would be better than a non-censored brushless, in my opinion, for the way I've done it with my previous radios or drifters.
I'll probably get a good Tekin FXR Pro brush, old fashioned, very smooth.
That would be okay. But
What-
ultimately you want like a 10.5 censored to put in there. That way you have the speed, you get the ESC that's got the turbo and the boost and all on it, which will help in some different corners to power out. But yeah, that'll be good for you to get started and get used to the thing for the steering, and then go from there.
What was the brush turns that you used in one of those?
Myself,
Yeah.
I used everything from probably a regular 12-turn Traxxas to, I know I tried like 3 or 4 different motors. I don't remember what all the turns were on them.
Well, Frank has a 4.5 you could take from his
That would
tractor.
be too much. That would be too much.
I want to know why John got kicked out of his house.
I didn't get
He's
kicked
not.
out of my house.
That is in his house.
Oh.
He just hasn't been there in a long time.
Yeah,
just
that's
in a
his
different area.
workshop. That's his work area.
It's
He's
my,
usually in the
it's
sitting
my
in the
workshop. I decided to go out to my Jeep to go get a car that was a figure-8 vehicle this past weekend.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
They damage on it, and between walking from my shop through the garage out to the truck and back in, damn, it's cold. And I got about 4 inches of snow out there.
Yeah. Quit cussing.
We got more snow further east towards the Pennsylvania border than we did out by me.
I'm just saying it's still coming.
Yeah, no. You can have all that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
John, did you
You
get
make
your
me
tires
glad I'm in
replaced?
Florida.
What's that?
How about your tires for your Jeep?
I haven't even gone and gotten it checked yet.
Because I'm hoping you get those tires as soon as possible.
Brad, yes. I got bigger fish to fry. First, I gotta wait for paperwork.
Mm,
Oh,
Paperwork's always good.
Oh,
yeah.
always fun.
yeah, that's always good.
oh yeah. You know, saying the fact that me and my brother paid off the lien on it, and we're waiting for that paperwork to clear so I can swap the title into my name. So
Cool.
until the
Yeah, you
bank
definitely don't want to put
clears-
new tires on
until-
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know exactly. On top of that, then get tires. And oh, by the way, it's snowing out.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm worried with that donut, man.
That's why I haven't really been driving it.
Oh, why not?
Why not? Come on now.
You know,
Gotta have some adventure sometime.
I figured a registered vehicle in my dead uncle's name, registered in New York, running around here in Michigan,
Yeah.
with just me with the title, with signatures on the back of it. That's it.
Yeah, that could be a bit of a red flag to a ossifer.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Just
You
a
know,
little bit.
And on top of it, you think I really want to be running around with it on a freaking donut? No, just when I have to.
Everybody drives down their donut when they're driving an RC car.
Boom, boom, boom. What's up, CCX?
Can you believe it's Thanksgiving next week?
Gosh, Brad.
I bought something cool the other day.
What?
Well,
Wagon
you
wheel?
know, a Traxxas gearbox.
Oh, the drag race tranny.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty well designed.
It is. You just got to change that fluid if you're going to not be drag racing. You want it to turn a little bit better.
I'm gonna put into this car here, which is the Rustler.
Okay.
Hey, you should talk to John. He brought that transmission, didn't you, John?
Yeah, I got several of them transmissions.
That's
So
where
I need
was
to
getting,
change
if you
the,
can't
the
do
diff
something
fluid
other
right
than
away?
drag racing, he's
What's
going to
that?
need to change diff fluid in it.
Do I need to change right away, or I don't do any drag racing?
It's
Drag racing, it'll be
it's set
basically
up-
locked
it's
up.
set up with 500 million weight. Okay, they suggest putting million weight into it to drag race.
Hey, Quinny. Hey, Thompson. Hey, RC Remedy.
But just running like my Rustler, can I just leave it the way it is?
You
Yeah.
can, you can.
Won't
But
handle for
I'm
squat.
just gonna tell you, there's gonna be a lot of torque, and the rear end's gonna be pretty locked up.
Oh,
Is that
pretty
a
locked
rear?
up the way it is now?
Yeah.
I like that. I like the posi traction kind of thing.
Yeah, but you want it to be able to release a little bit to turn a little better, right?
You want a
Limited slip.
limited slip. Yeah.
Okay.
You want
Yeah.
the posse when you accelerate and limited. You want it to control the slip during turns.
Well, right now it'll just basically be locked up if you're just cruising around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to have a little more cornering ability, drop down the fluid weight.
Okay.
So a little while ago on AliExpress, I bought myself a little drone.
Uh-oh.
Came in and I tried it, and it was not bad for the price. Let me show you real quick.
A drone, huh?
Yeah, we're going to talk about drones.
Oh,
So for $64 Canadian, I actually picked the one that the biggest package, in other words, which is
mhm.
dual 4K camera with a bag, 3 batteries, a camera, 4K camera in front and underneath. So there's 2 cameras.
Is it
So
one
you got
that you can?
satellite?
Yeah. Can you have it where it run? It's AI running by itself. Can you have that? We'll do that.
Brad, it's a $64 camera, drone. Do you think it has AI?
Because I know that they have some that you can set up and it'll follow what you want it to without you controlling it.
This one does have some stuff, but not a lot of stuff.
How many inches across is it in 4 ways?
How many what?
How many inches is it across from each propeller?
About 8-inch once it's unfolded.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The video went away for some odd reason. Everything went away. What the heck? Let me try to find it.
So you're going to be using it for some of your events?
I don't know.
You gotta
That
get
looks
a
like a
license
pretty
for it,
good
though.
model.
You gotta get a
It
license.
looks pretty
Tom,
cool, Tank. It was all like
No, you
right
don't. You
together,
do not
know?
need a license for this one.
Oh, why? Because it's small enough?
It's very light. I'll show you. I'll take it out. I'll take it out of the package here, and I'll.
Yeah, it
show
looks
you.
like it's all right there, huh?
Share again. So here's the thing. The video went away as soon as I put it full screen.
Yeah.
So it is small.
the-
The camera does not have a gimbal. You adjust it by hand before you take off. It does have avoidance, so it will see the things. Then you apply the camera top and bottom.
Cool.
So you can actually fly. It's not bad. It got altitude hold for $64. It does have some smart stuff in it.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
you
cool.
need altitude hold.
Gesture photograph, but that's the software on the phone that actually does that. It does record to the phone via Wi-Fi. It does not have an SD card, so it does not record on the camera itself. It sends it Wi-Fi to your phone.
So you're gonna get a high
That's the same way that,
240 gig.
3 batteries and some extra wings.
For
That's
the
pretty cool.
price, it was pretty good. To me, it was for $64, it was a no-brainer. So I did pick it up. So the bag looks like this. This is a remote. So the drone is actually in there. These little things don't come in there. I have to pop them in there. So basically, that's how thick the remote is. It's kind of thick. 2 batteries here, 2 batteries there, but it is thick because the drone's in there.
Drone's inside, right?
So if I pull this forward, it opens up and the drone is hiding in there.
And it has a camera on the. I mean, does it have a screen on that thing too?
No, you got to put your
Or use your
holder.
phone.
This is a phone holder.
Right.
So this is a phone holder. You pull up and you clip your phone. But you do not need this if you're not recording the video. You pull that away and you can fly it normal, just like a normal drone.
Yeah, drive line by sight or whatever, right?
You can drive it the FPV style. So when it's folded, it's pretty small. So you open it up.
You probably fly that in the house.
So yeah, I did fly this in the house. It flew very good in the house.
Yeah.
And no problem. My son flew it. So the
Has
camera
avoidance. That's really cool though too.
But inside, I haven't flown it outside, so I don't know the quality of the image. But let me tell you, it's 24 frames a second. But inside, there's not enough lighting. The video quality was not good.
Right.
I was not happy of the video quality. I can't wait to see what it does outside with good lighting. But the CMOS on here that actually captures it's not good. So if you want to buy this
for $65, it's just
yes, if you got to buy this for 4K cinematic filming, no, not for
You have to
$64.
replace the camera on it, which I assume you can do.
So the bottom camera is fixed, which is here, the hole. So that's that camera, and then this one you can actually put on an angle or point it forward.
Was it pretty stable? Even
Oh yeah,
though you didn't have a gimbal.
Even recording, it was pretty stable recording. So it was okay, and it does have avoidance in the front, little IR things to tell you where it goes.
Can you replace the camera on it in the front if you wanted to?
Probably, but I don't know. You might be able to get another camera or replace it if it breaks. I have no idea if that company actually does that, but they might. The only disadvantage of this is that there is 2 green lights that light up when you turn it on, but once you're flying, you don't see it anymore.
Can't
so
see
when
them.
this thing is in the air, you don't know if it's going forward or back.
Right.
So that's why headless mode comes into account, which you can put this in headless. Headless means when you push forward, no matter how your drone is pointing, forward is forward, and back is back. That's what
I had that
headless mode is.
in a E-Flight 350 QX about 12 years ago. It had that mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter which orientation it is. You pull the stick towards you, it goes towards you. It's good
Yes.
for newbies.
Yes. So my son drove it. I drove it. We both liked it. It was very stable for $64 Canadian, which is under $50 US. This was a fun drone. This is a fun drone. So tomorrow I'm going to try it outside real quick.
So
The only one you
$64
got?
shipped. $64 shipped.
Shipped, yes. Free shipping
Wow, that's cheap, man.
from AliExpress. So sometimes you can get some good special for the price. I said, hey, I'm going to try it just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
I'm happy. It's nice.
Is that the only drone you have, Tank?
Oh no, I got about 4 or 5 small drones like this now.
Oh,
How long did you have to wait for it?
It took about 3 weeks to get it. It took a long time, but that is from China, and that is free shipping. I guess if you do pay extra shipping or whatever, you'll get it faster.
yeah.
But from AliExpress, you can't rush it.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, what do you
that's not
expect?
bad at all.
$64.
Coming by the ship.
So it's very light. It's kind of cool when it's folded.
Weighs less
and-
than a pound, doesn't it?
What do you get, about 20 minutes?
Yeah, you get about 10 minutes of flight maybe on that small battery.
Yeah.
It's not bad, typical.
Yeah, and you get 3 batteries. So this is how small the battery. Well, this is the battery case, but you can actually clip it off, and it's a small little tiny LiPo battery in there.
How many milliamp is in there?
Good question. I don't know. It's closed.
If
It should
it's like
you in the
my
manual how many milliamp they are.
a 1S battery,
It probably is a 1S. Let's see if I can't see it in the specs.
Well, you can
Won't
still
set
have
any
high
speed record.
1S a milliamp. You still could have a high milliamp for a 1S.
Could, but it depends on the size of it.
I mean, I have a 6,000 2S, and it's shorter than my other batteries, and it's about the same length. So you can get pretty high with a smaller footprint.
650 milliamp.
Okay. And I know you can get small batteries like that have a lot more than that.
So that's the battery. With the battery, it's this weight. So that's why you don't need a license for this one.
Because it's 1 gram.
It's
61.1.
61.1 gram. With the case and all that, it is heavy, but just the drone itself, it's not heavy.
3.7. Yes,
It says 4K dual camera optical avoidance.
Yeah.
So outside it should give you good video.
I hope so.
4K, it better give you some good video.
But inside it was not.
It sucked.
Too dark, huh?
Yeah, it was too dark. I guess the camera needed better lighting or something. I don't know. It was like not good. When you look at the video that comes with it, and you watch the lady taking a video of herself, this is a heck of a lot better. Like this.
Yeah, they use a DJI for that.
They probably do.
You know, Walmart sells DJIs.
But when they fly, you'll see her. She unfolds it, and then she actually flies with it.
Does it still make that fuzzy noise?
They show this avoidance, but then they show the 2 cameras. So this is on view of the camera floor and front. Like, no, like, I don't think it is. And just there, it was flying, and right there, like, I don't think this is that nice of camera, but
Yeah.
I'll see once it's outside. I can't say it's not until I actually try it outside, but for $64, I don't expect much.
I've never messed with the camera on the little drone that I've got sitting here.
Okay.
I don't even think it's supposed to be anything special, 4K or anything like that. I guess I should look up all the instructions on how to hook it up to my phone on Wi-Fi.
I'm sure there are drones now that have 8K, so.
Probably.
With the drone I have, you have to have a certain app.
Yeah, the one I had, you had to have an
that
app.
do that. But it actually, I mean, shit, this thing's probably 5, 6 years old now.
Never even flew mine.
It
old
shot
technology.
good video.
You know what? Now they have laser TVs, and those are supposed to be pretty. You're supposed to get.
And on
I assume that's
the drone
8K or
I've got,
higher.
the,
than those.
camera was actually putting the video on my phone upside down. And so I ended up taking the damn camera apart and flipping the camera over inside the housing, put it back together and put it on there.
Wow.
So it started putting right side up video on my phone.
Jeff asked me a question. I don't understand that. Tank, do you have a setting on YouTube where the viewers can gamble?
What?
Oh, that's like they do on Twitch. You can do gamble a certain amount. That's what that's about. But no, I don't think YouTube has that ability.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so if
What
they
was
if they
you
did,
gambling about? Like how many times somebody said Tamaya or something?
It's like a game of 21 that's played on there, and you have to start out with so much money already or points in your deal, and then they can get converted over to the money for the game.
well,
Yeah.
you'd have to say who's a gamble, who's gonna get the best thing.
Place your bets. Place your bets. Come on.
Saying you showed me a lot of new vehicles you got recently. You should show them to us.
I got a few, like, well, the Avanti Black Edition. Let me go get it. One second, and I'll put my video.
Hey, John, that's crooked.
Oh, you know what? I switched that motor, AZ. I put the stock motor in it. I
Yeah,
wanted some speed. It's fast.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah, I want it fast though. I'm like, woo.
Yeah, but you're gonna wreck it real easy.
I'm just old and put some zip ties in, huh?
So he tried third gear, and it has a 50 turn in there.
Not now, it's stock. I don't know what it is.
It's a 27 turn. that comes
27
stock.
turn. Yeah.
Imagine the drifting you'll do now.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad, guess what I got for?
What? Oh,
That's a
good.
good motor.
Oh,
I have one too. I haven't used it yet, but I have one.
Brad, just for you.
All those old Tamaya motors, they never give you any exact specs as far as how many turns they are and stuff. It's
Yes,
just
they
sport
do.
tune
Speaking
or
of,
sport tune.
The Sport Tune's a 23 turn.
speaking of a Tamaya motor,
What about the torque tune?
There's spec at the back.
There's the Super Sport has a 23 turn, and this one with no load will do over 27,000 RPM. Yeah, is that the 19 turn or the 21 turn?
this is a technical.
Yeah, there's a couple of technicals.
Oh, I'm not sure. That's a nice motor from the 80s.
Yes, I used to have one in my first Super Shot.
Yeah, I don't know how many turn that is.
I think it was a 19 turn.
You know where I'm going to put it? I'm going to put it in my Avanti.
Yeah, well,
I did have
an RZ here.
I did have a snowplow, Jeff, but I sold it. It was a nice one. It was the V plow on top of that, but I sold it.
This is the body.
Cool.
It has the undercover, the tray, so it goes like this. And look at the presentation from Tamiya. Let me take the stuff out. Look at the presentation.
The blister packs.
yeah.
See
Nice.
that? Sorry, the lighting is poor here, but you could see.
Yeah, the King Hollow was like that. It was really nice.
Look at that. And it comes with ball bearings.
Mm.
You see that?
And it still comes with a super stock motor there too.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that. I got the Repro decals to make it look like the original Avanti. I'm not going to use these Black Edition.
They are nice. The Black Editions are nice decals though.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to make it look like the original. This looks a lot nicer in person. It's a metallic blue. It's nice and shiny. Anyways,
Did you paint that sign or come painted?
no, I painted that.
Huh,
So I
nice.
painted about 5 or 6 coats of metallic blue. And then I did about 2 or 3 coats of silver. And then I did a couple of coats of black.
Yeah.
So it's like no light will go through this thing.
Right.
I must have used about $40 worth of paint. those cans. Just for the body, the under tray, and the wing.
I bet you can't wait to run it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna build it over the Christmas holidays. I'm gonna take my time and build it. It's a pretty complex kit to build compared to other Tamiya.
Hey, you know, my fighting buggy, there's a lot going on in that rear end. There's a lot of pieces that need to go in it.
Yep.
So in the chat, I started a poll, and the poll was, what do you like, Traxxas or Arma? Brad, guess which one's winning right now?
Traxxas.
Nope, Arma, 68%, 42% Traxxas.
Well, you know what I tell people about Arma? It's gonna cost you an Arma and a leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
For parts?
I don't know. Overall parts, I think it's gonna cost you overall more than Traxxas in the long run.
Nah, it does not. It doesn't. Trust me, because I own
It's
two.
one, half dozen the other.
I have some Arma stuff. It isn't that bad.
On
There
Instagram,
you go. There you go.
Hunter's Guild posted a short
Yeah.
video where he had installed some lights on his felony.
Know what
some
that is?
My Trick RC, I think it was.
Yeah.
Man, they're badass, man. That thing looks totally different with the light set.
Yeah.
John, that's a felony?
No,
What is that?
this is the sentence.
Denton?
This vehicle went through absolute hell last weekend.
I wonder why.
Because John's driving it. I've driven that car. It's a hoot.
The bumper ended up getting broken in the figure eight.
Is that
Oops.
supposed to do that?
No, that
That's
got
an
broken.
option, eh?
That got broken in the figure eight, and that body I was holding a couple minutes ago was the body that was on it.
It looks like a cool upgrade to have.
Yeah.
Mhm. Makes it a lot easier to carry.
Yes.
Yeah. Figure eights are hell, ain't they?
Oh man! But you know what? This thing survived the figure eight. The day before, I had the center drive shaft in it because right now it's only two-wheel drive. It's only rear wheel at the moment. But the day before, I was running it through leaves and water and rain and mud. And yeah. Good thing I had a brake clean. Because I need to break everything loose the next day to even drive this thing. But doing it for a figure eight and then only having a broken bumper, a trash body. Pretty
And
good.
it was probably one of the fastest things on the track.
No, it wasn't
Uh,
because it was still seized up and locked up.
Yeah.
Tony's
Oh, it
asking,
should've been
what
the fastest
color
thing
was
on the
your
track.
truck, John?
What's that?
What color was your truck?
White or yellow?
Looks like it was gray.
No, it was red and yellow.
And broken.
That's a cool option for the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
I
bit of shoe
suspect you're
goo.
not going to fix that.
What's that?
I said, I suspect you're not going to fix that.
Oh, I'm gonna drywall tape and shoe glue it.
Yeah.
My
Slap
hope.
some, and slap some duct tape on it and finish off the season with it.
Yep.
Hey,
It'll
Brad.
work till it does.
Yes.
So,
Yes, the
don't-
thunder shot. That, you know, people debate if they want the extra the wing,
Wing?
or that. Yeah, yeah, but I personally like it without the wing.
Yeah, me too. Anyways,
people
not
like
to
it without
my
the wing
Tuesday,
better.
sorry.
Yeah, without the wing, it looks the
It's-
best.
It's radio control. You can show Tamaya, you can talk about anything
And-
that's radio control.
Okay, so these are things I bought within the past couple of weeks. Hang on.
well, I got old motors here.
Okay, hold on, I'll spotlight you.
Look,
Ooh,
got
Oh, they're falling.
yeah, I got these two, which are monster truck MOA.
Oh, nice. Kyosho.
Deal.
Those are good
Also,
motors.
those are nice motors. They
Yeah.
also are pretty high RPM.
And then one of the super stock 34 is a stock
Yeah,
one.
that's a good overall ready.
Kyosho motors are very pretty.
And then a Monster tri-rotor. Don't know the turn on it.
So it's a triple, it's a triple?
It's a triple rotor, yes. But no idea what
Yeah,
turn it
standard.
is, because it could be one of 4 different turns, and I don't know what it is.
I wish they'd come back out with the gem series of the brush. Those were nice.
Yeah.
Sang AZ Frog is selling a lot of stuff that he's got. So if ever you're interested. you
Yeah,
should-
like those
Nice,
motors.
but I'm gonna have to pay duty and I'm gonna have to pay shipping. Unless if I buy like,
Sounds pretty shitty, saying.
If they use USPS, if they
What?
use USPS as shipping, the postal service, you should be okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and our Canadian dollar's worth
Yeah.
it's not doing too well right now. So
Yeah.
That's the downfall, yes.
It's
Yeah.
No.
UPS, you don't have to pay those fees because it's a
USPS, not UPS. UPS you do.
yeah,
What
you'd be
I've
better
heard.
off selling it locally in the US, get more money.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
those
No one here
motors
knows
should
what
go
they're
for some
doing.
money. Those motors should be sold because people like Kyosho motors.
Like
Yeah, but-
those motors that you showed me, I probably would pay about the way they are. I probably pay about 140 Canadian for
You
all of
want
them.
the original speed control that goes with them?
No, I already have that. But the first,
I've
the
got like
mega,
5
whatever-
of them.
wow, the purple one you had there could go in my Clodbuster, and the super stock one, it's it's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the monsters would be perfect in a Clodbuster.
yeah,
Yeah, they
see
would.
that, see those two motor to me, they're probably worth around $60 to $80, just those two.
Yeah. That's about what I'm finding.
Yeah.
And I got all different servos for powering them. I got an old Futaba ESC. I don't know if it
I have a
works.
few of those, the 112B or 110B or whatever. 111.
It's 210 and 310.
So
Those,
I don't know
that
which
was
one
those,
it is.
the 210 and the 310 were good ESCs.
I can't tell. MC 112B.
Yep.
Oh, I had the 210s and 310s. I didn't have that one.
I think I got one of those sitting around here.
Those are probably, it probably still works.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you very much.
Want to see a cool car?
Oh,
Oh, the 16 scale. Everybody said they should have came out with it in 10th scale.
This is very
Oh,
cool.
that looks cool. Yeah.
that's a re-release of what they used to have, yeah.
Yeah, but
and
people
a
want the
smaller
10th
size.
scale.
But this one has better electronics and a little bit better stuff in it.
Yeah.
Ready to
It's
run,
a
it says.
smaller,
Yeah.
it's a smaller size than the original.
But it's almost, I'd say about 90% identical to the original, just the scale's different.
I thought they made that scale back then also. They made it
Nope.
small, but
No,
no.
Nope, not
they
that
never
one,
did
no.
for this JRX2.
They didn't make it that size, no.
You know what? I haven't even
They
opened
made
this yet.
the mini-
And this is the
they
color
made the
that I
mini
got.
two.
Was that an orange?
Red and yellow. Yeah, I haven't even opened this yet.
Back in the day, they made the mini T, but they never made a mini buggy until they did the re-release on that one.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people said you should have made it 10th scale. A lot of people cried for the 10th scale version.
Yeah,
Here's
but they
the thing.
didn't.
They didn't want to do that because they did not want to diminish the value
Yeah, you
of
could
the.
see how small it is.
There you go.
Cool. Let me spotlight you and you can show it again. So that's 1/18 scale?
About
16.
1/18, yeah.
Boy, look at them
I
shots,
thought it was
man.
116.
16, okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
It's a beautiful.
that's nice. They're fun
To me,
little car.
because
I
it
drove one
was
out
a
of the shop.
Not 1/10, it automatically for me, it was a turn off for me.
Yeah.
Second thing, it was a turn off for me, it was 2-wheel drive. Because I already have 2 or 3 buggies that are 2-wheel drive, so I'm not gonna get another one.
Comes with these vintage AA batteries.
Yeah,
Yeah, from the 80s.
They are, they're an old
suspension
label.
Is that a double wishbone rear suspension, or does it have the 5 link?
No, it's a
Five-link.
multi-link.
the
It's
5
a
link.
5 link.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I
That
didn't
was
take
a
it
cool
off
setup.
again, but
I thought a 5-link is interesting. 'cause
yeah, it's a
look at that-
multi-link.
Back in the day, when I was racing the RC10, I was running against those, and in the buggy class, they really weren't a big threat. You know, if you had your RC10 set up right, you could run against them and beat them, no problem.
Yeah.
But when they come out with the truck, the original low-seat truck,
LXT,
that
I
thing,
think, or
that thing, I don't remember what they called it exactly. But when they came out with that,
JRXT.
They should do
JRXT, yeah.
racing. They should do
when they
stock
first released
racing
that,
with those
with
little.
the 5-year suspension, that thing was tearing up the track. It was eating the RC10s for lunch, man.
Wow.
If enough people go to Ottawa on the dirt, clay track, maybe they can start a race with that class of stock cars.
Yeah, they could have a
Wow.
16 scale. Yeah, there's a lot of 16 scales out there. They can race them.
Yeah. Well, the only problem with that size of a car is that you really need a well-groomed track.
Mm.
You know, if it gets really rough, they're going to have a hard time.
That's racing.
Because even the
That's
110s, even the 110s, you know, we used to race on a really nice track, and I can tell you, a 1/16 size car would have a hard time on it.
Hey,
Yeah, back
hey,
the days
Bill,
was soft dirt. It was just hardly any jumps. Were like pretty much flat.
oh, you're gonna want some jumps for them, but you know,
But a very small jump, not like big
yeah,
triple
something that's a
jumps.
few inches tall would be good. A few inches
Yeah,
Slow
tall jump
down,
would be
Mark.
good.
Come on, 2 inches. You just slow
It's a
down
16
over the
scale, a
bump.
few inches tall. That'd be good, fine.
I
Speed
used to
bump.
race my Mini
Speed
8
bumps
all the
out.
time on the big track, and I had no problem. RC Basher
But
Boy
for
says 2-wheel drive is
racing, the
king.
high surface is a mix of sand and clay, and it tends to get really hard,
Okay.
and it can get kind of slick and smooth, you know.
Well, clay tracks have high traction. They don't even hardly need any treads on them.
Yeah. Yeah, and we actually, for a while, we had a track that was it was under a big pavilion, so it didn't get rained on. Didn't have sun baking it, but it just had the heat on it. And that track had an actual blue groove in it from the rubber that we were down with the racing.
Yeah, that's the way our local backyard track is at this guy's house. It's a good sized track, and it's getting a nice blue groove to it.
Both the indoor and outdoor tracks that I race on, we blue groove them.
Brad, some
That's
people
a
are
good-
saying
that's
you're
a
getting
good
loud.
surface.
I'm getting what?
Loud. Some people are saying calm down. You're screaming.
Probably rattling their speakers, Brad.
Yeah, you're getting excited.
Hank, what's your color scheme on the drifter?
No clue.
No clue.
I got a bunch of spray can here. I might try something stupid, which is like a rainbow effect. I'm gonna try like a white right down the center, and then I'm gonna try different color off the side, and then I'm just gonna keep going. I don't know. Maybe a stencil into that. I might go something stupid, something crazy, something I have not tried before. So
What's your body? What's the body for that?
What style body?
Yeah, what's the body for it?
RX-7,
Okay. From what company?
HPI.
Okay, which RX-7?
Yeah.
FD, FC, FB.
What was the original one? That really round, small one?
They didn't even call that the FXA. It's just first gen.
FD3S.
Okay,
Oh, HBI, nice body. Hell yeah.
nice.
Let's see if somebody could guess what this thing is.
A big beast.
Oh, it's a Marui.
No, it's a Thor.
Oh,
Nico.
oh, it's
that Nico?
It's a Kyosho.
Is it a Kyosho? Okay.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Okay. Does that have a front motor on it as well by chance?
Rear.
Okay, maybe I saw the rear of that one because that's the way
drive.
Yeah, rear wheel drive.
that looks like one that a friend from church actually found in his garage again and moved to a different shelf.
This thing is massive. This is almost the size of a clodbuster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
it's a
quite.
big truck.
The truck back in the day too, that truck.
Kyosho. Yeah.
But which
It's a
model
really
is
nice
it?
design truck.
Yeah.
I love these tires.
Oh,
Yeah. What do they call that model? Because I swear that's what my friend from church
The
has.
Big Brute. Here's the name on it.
Is it? Okay. Okay.
It's typically yellow for box art, but
This doesn't have a stock body on it, so I
it is
couldn't
stock.
tell.
It's just that it's painted red.
Yeah.
No,
his
I'm saying the
friend-
one he has does not have a stock body on it.
I picked this up for $50 Canadian.
Wow.
That's like 35 US dollars locally.
Nice.
You know what? That's not a lot of money for that because that would go for big money now.
It comes with the like a nice 2-channel controller as well. The thing is mint.
People would like to see Kyosho come back out with that too.
Like the body, the detail is, I'm taking the body off here, but the detail, like the hard plastic grill, you know, the roll bar, it has that mirror. It's very nice detail, but it's the paint is peeling off, but it's very well detailed, and even has light buckets.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fix it?
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. But look at this. Look how nice the chassis is. It's all covered. You can see the mechanical speed control that Brett showed earlier.
I actually have that cover piece too. I've got an extra one of those.
See, it's a very well-designed monster truck platform.
I think that's what he has, so I'm gonna have to see if he'll get me some pictures and I can.
Look at these tires. 35 years later, not even a crack, and it's nice and
Right.
soft.
That's lucky.
So
Look at that.
is your friend gonna run that?
That's a cool find, son.
Who you
Yeah,
talking
like
to,
the
Brad?
tires are still soft. Like
that is a good find.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
$50.
If you were asking me that, Brad, I don't know. He said something's wrong with it. I told him, let me have it and I'll try to fix it for you.
Oh, I know
He
you'll
hasn't
fix
decided
it.
what he's doing yet.
Right, I know you'd fix it.
I probably have the parts.
Hey,
Actually,
Brian Taff. Brian Taff is in the chat.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
That's
Brian.
RC Basher Boy, Net Cruiser, Sean, Guru's there, Player One is there. Guru's there twice, man. He's busy. Queenie's there, RC Remedy, CCXRC, JP Slayer. There's a whole bunch of people there.
Hey,
Curtis,
JP.
a whole bunch of people. Nordic RC, Brian Taff.
Oh, Nordic, my buddy from Denmark. Mikkel.
Oh, sorry, not Nordic RC, North Rock RC. Sorry,
Oh.
I read fast. I'm dyslexic a little bit, and sometimes I read the first 2 letters and then
A
I
little
just go
bit.
somewhere else.
Because it would be very late in Denmark right now.
Yeah.
Or very early.
RC Basher Boy says I'm here. In other words, don't forget me.
Yeah, well, we want to see your bed with a car on it.
Osborne RC, I'm good. He says, how are you doing, Tank? I'm good. I'm vertical.
It's always good.
Right now, you're
Vertical.
semi-vertical because you're sitting down. You're not fully standing.
Okay, I'll buy that, but
I can't wait to see you run that, Sang, and record it.
RC Recreation says he's here
I'm gonna
too.
run it.
You're gonna run it?
Yep. That thing was made to run.
You
It
haven't
it
made
comes with a mechanical speed controller. The one that Brett showed, it's actually better than in here. This is like, I think it's 3 speed forward, 1 speed backward. This is the basic of basic speed controller.
Are you gonna keep that in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna run it with the mechanical. I'm probably gonna run this once a year, if that.
Yeah.
and you put an ESC in there once that thing breaks.
No, you know what? I'm gonna put a 3S lipo and some insane amount of power to see how
Yeah.
fast this thing could go.
Yeah, you're gonna burn it up. Later, Thompson RC.
Where Thompson?
It'll
Later,
probably
Thompson,
run
be
about
safe.
5 minutes and die.
Yeah. But I just love the looks of it. It looks such a cool looking truck.
It's a Toyota.
I think it's a
No.
Datsun.
You think it's a Nissan, a Datsun or
Datsun,
Nissan?
yeah.
No, that, to me, that front grille looks like a Toyota.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
a Hilux or Tacoma.
Also, the
Let me see that front side.
the way the fenders are kind of humped out on the sides.
Toyota.
That's definitely Toyota.
That's Yoda.
Toyota?
That's
That's
Toyota.
Toyota.
Okay. All right, so that means it's pretty reliable.
You can kill those things. Now they're not killable.
But just on this topic, Kyosho makes the same platform as this one here, but it's a Corvette body. I think it's called a High Rider Vet. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it high rider or high
remember that
roller?
High roller or whatever.
I can't remember.
It
which
actually
one.
looks pretty cool, and it's similar to the USA one, except the USA one, I think it's 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
Yeah, the USA one is 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
Even the new one, but the new one's an 8th scale now.
yeah. So it's a pretty cool platform for its day. And I'm surprised, not even a broken piece on it. I looked, everything is still rock solid.
No, there is a broken piece.
What?
Driver mirror.
Oh yeah, the mirror. Yeah. But I'm talking about the chassis.
No, well, a piece is a piece.
A piece is a piece.
All right, you're right.
Of course, I'm
Fine.
right.
The problem, the chassis is fine.
Just a mirror 40 years later is pretty good. It's even tougher
Yes.
than an Arma.
Oh,
It's
those-
Arma
them-
tough.
Them there's fighting words.
You look at most people's crawlers, one of the first things that happens to them is mirrors get ripped off or something.
Exactly. This is more realistic. This is they got into like a road rage and somebody just kicked the mirror.
I'd like to find another one of those clear bodies for that thing.
Oh, you know
And
what?
I would paint it up like the old flying high Toyota pickup monster truck that was here in town.
You know what? There's a company in Canada called Team Blue Groove that makes
Yeah.
this body.
I know.
So essentially, I could buy the Lexan and put all these plastic things on.
Yep.
And then it looks like this.
Yeah, if they made an accurate mold of it, that would work. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Traxxas is
accurate. I
one.
bought a few Team Blue Groove body, and very close to the original.
They've got some nice stuff. I've got a
And
few
they're pretty,
pieces
they're
of them.
thicker too. They're a little bit stronger.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to find myself a new Mini Cooper body, the original Mini Cooper body.
They should have
They
it.
sell that too.
For the
They've also got it in
M01,
different sizes.
for the M01,
Well, mine's on an MO3.
They should
They
have
have
that
about-
wheelbase, and they should also have a regular touring car size as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's pretty equal for my poll there, Traxxas versus Arma. Which one do you like better? It's
I
55,
like
45
Traxxas
right now.
better. Traxxas been around much longer than Arma.
Yes.
Hey,
And I find it's easier to get parts for Traxxas. They're easier to look up, I find. And I don't know, that's just me, maybe because I don't own an Arma. But it appears that
I
way.
think it's because Arma has too many different platform and they don't cross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cross use or
I-
whatever.
not
Oh,
like
I
they
can-
used
yeah,
to,
right.
not when they first started.
I could
They're-
literally, I could buy a 20-year-old Rustler from Traxxas and I could still get parts for it. Everything.
Pretty much.
Hey, John.
I could
you're
get a
muted.
Bandit that is
Yep.
25 years old from Traxxas and I could still get parts.
you're muted, John. It's
Yep.
good to see you, man. It's been like over a year.
Yeah, it's been well over a year and probably closer to 2.
Hey, John,
Hey,
What's
how are
going
you?
on, man?
You're
I
the
saw John
professional
about
racer
3 weeks
now.
ago.
Well, John lives about 12 minutes from me.
What?
And-
That close?
Yeah, he's that close. He's about
You
12
should
minutes
see
from
him
me.
more often. You should see him more
And
often.
I have not seen John in about 2 years. I think
Well,
the last
we
time
ran
was
into
just
each other in a
before
lot
the
of events this
pandemic.
year.
Hey,
We went to a lot of the same events this year.
that's true. That is true. We did see each other at some events. That's true.
Well, I saw John 3 weeks ago at the racetrack. We were racing.
But
What
I
were you
mean, I
racing?
didn't. I want to go out there with John and make a bashing video or a crawling video, just me and him, and just like. But I just never had time.
I bet John has gotten good at racing it. He could give Adam Drake a run for his money.
Every time me and my son raced against John, my son or me beat John in bashing racing.
Yeah, but that's different. There's
Bashing
bashing
racing,
racing.
That's
but actual
different.
racing, that's what counts.
Yeah, probably.
Do
But
you
it's
think-
probably John giving us a chance, you know. It's probably him giving us the poor guy.
It's very competitive. When I
Yeah,
went
that's
3
fun,
weeks
yeah.
ago, I considered myself a pretty good driver, but I end up second last in my class.
You know
When
what?
I push myself too hard when I drive. I get nervous and I push too much, and that's when I crash.
You
Yeah,
want to
that's
know
normal.
something, John? You know Paul Fulton? You know that guy who has a channel, Paul Fulton?
I think so.
He's a pretty good racer. He's been racing lately. He's becoming third and first a decent amount of times.
Yeah, nice. We just had our last club race last night, so our local track is kind of shut down for the weekly racing now. But there's some other tracks around, but they're more on the Quebec side, and it'll take an hour or two to get to the other tracks. But yeah, we'll see.
I
bet
also
you
heard
like
there's
to-
on-road racing, TTO2s in Smith Falls.
Yeah, I want to start going there more often. So I made it there once. That'll be one of the videos that comes out next. Will be that on-road race. So but I want to go to that.
See, I like
Did you
that because it's cheap. Like you get a TTO2, you put bearings in, and that's it.
Yep.
Hey, John, did you see the brand new chassis of the new TTO2? They have a totally brand new They have a new chassis with all the hop-ups on it now. I forgot what it's called. S something. It's got like a trim level they've never made.
Okay. We
We'll
won't
have
be
to
able
take a
to
look.
race those, but that's cool that they're improving them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to get the basic TTO2 to race.
Yeah, it's the total base to race, and I would I've been buying stuff. I just haven't been putting them together. I have a bunch of stuff over there that will get Brad excited, but it's not.
And it's cheap. You could get a TTO2 for under 200 Canadian.
Yeah.
They'll never get rid of that chassis, just like they never got rid of the TTO1. Not the TTO1.
So it's more of a
Oh,
driver's kind of race
Yep.
instead of a car race.
He's
Yeah.
got the Senna. He's got the Senna.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, like, you're not going to break the bank with it. Like you're looking at a roughly a $200 car.
tons of decals on that car, John.
What's that?
There's tons of decals on that car.
On the Senna?
You,
Okay.
you got to
See
watch
how
people who put it
quick it is.
together.
Wow.
And
Just make sure you get bearings for it.
Yeah.
I've got bearings.
I
Because
got
what
two of them
the
to
car
build
that I'm
here.
racing now is, you guys have seen this one before. Well, actually, it's been a few years since it's been on here, but this is my TTO1. This is what I have been racing, but the TTO1 is ever so slightly slower than the TTO2 for gearing wise. So it's in my best interest to go do the TTO2. So that's why I got the Senna. And yeah, this used to be my truck. The
Oh yes.
The Euro truck?
yeah,
So, and then I just converted over to the car. So you just put USGT tires on the base TTO2 or TTO1 chassis, and this is the cheapest way to go on-road racing is with one of these.
you can use the TTO2 gears in the TTO1 if I'm
No,
not
you
mistaken.
can't.
No, you
Can't?
can't.
Seems pretty different on how it all mounts in.
Yeah. Bearing sizes are different and everything's different in there. It looks similar, but it's not it won't fit.
The TTO2 is so much better designed, so easier to work on the gearbox and things like that than I find.
Yeah, they
TTO1.
have-
I'm actually looking forward to that because I had to put a spur and a pinion in this, and to put a spur gear in a TTO1, you got to take the whole back end off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you need
Pretty
like
much the
3
same thing
hands.
for the TTO2 as well.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, do you know they have oil-filled diffs for the TTO2s now? They do. They have oil-filled diffs for them.
Cool.
And speed gears.
There's
Actually, I
lot
have
of
a
different
cool
options.
TTO2 buggy.
Oh, yes, that's another car that they're coming out with. There's a new TTO2 buggy platform.
Yeah.
Back when I was racing sedans, I ran a Pelosi Street Weapon and a TA-01.
Oh, wow.
So now I've never experienced a TT chassis, but used to have a blast, man. And you know, the one thing that I miss the most from sedan racing is hearing them damn tires squeal on the blacktop, man.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of cool
Nothing
Tamiya
like
on road.
rubber tires.
Oh, AZ Froggy's winning the race.
And why is that? I mean, come on.
We're having a popularity poll on here now.
Yeah, popularity poll right now.
Wow, I'm practically last,
No, John Martin is.
but I come second.
Second to last.
It's okay, it might change. Other people are gonna vote.
That's an M chassis.
Speaking
Hey, I
of
can't even vote. I can't even vote. That's a
this,
weird. Which one is that one?
this is very rare. It's a TA03F.
Yes,
It's belt drive,
it's front mounted motor.
front motor.
Front motor?
Yeah, front
Yeah,
motor.
just like the XV01.
Yeah. This thing is like 20 years old or 25 years old.
They should
Yeah,
come with
more than
that out again too. I mean, they really should bring back all their old chassis.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's weird that all the weight's in the front gives you more traction. It kind of makes sense, but
Yeah.
Front motor with a belt to run the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It even has carbon fiber chassis.
Oh, you could buy. There's lots of carbon fiber aftermarket parts for a lot of the Tamayas.
Yeah, but this is stock. And any TTO2 bodies would fit on this.
Would
I
you like to
bought
see
an
me
old
come out with that?
chassis from Net Cruiser a while back.
Yeah, the TA06.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
you wanna-
is older.
Oh, I know it's older.
Hey, John, have you seen the new TBO Evo 8?
Yes.
That's quite a chassis.
Yeah. It looks okay. I think if I'm gonna buy a race car to me, I'm gonna go right to the top. I'm gonna get the TRF, probably the 420X.
Okay.
Oh, the 420s?
420X.
Yeah, that's
Save your
the
pennies.
newest one in the TRFs.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be pretty capable.
Yeah.
I've heard
Oh, yeah.
good things.
I mean, they're the top of the line for Tamiya. You can't get any better than that for their on-road cars. And
And they got hex
no
screws.
one else is running them locally. I would still like to try it and get it. A lot of the other guys are running Automatics or Express or Yokomo, but or X-Ray.
And it'd be funny if you beat them with a Tamiya. They said, "What the hell?" Right?
Some of the guys have respect for it. Like they get it. They used to race the TRFs back when they were a bit more popular.
You know also that other chassis that they came out with the chassis that was kind of like V-shaped? Was it a TA08 or I think it was a TA08, wasn't it?
Not sure.
If you're talking about the one with the weird chassis, it's the 07. That's the one that I
Yeah,
have.
the 07. And it was like this.
Yeah, I do have
Yeah.
that. That's my current USGT spec race car is the TA07 Pro.
I mean that was a nice, interesting chassis. Kept things center lined.
Hey, Trail
Balance
Critter
on-
RC's in the chat.
Hey,
Hey, Jake.
Have you raced Adam Drake? Has he ever come up to Canada to race?
What's up, Jake?
No.
long time.
The races that have been out with pros has been Ty Tessman and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, but I've been in a race with Ty Tessman. He
Cool.
blows, I can't compete with that. There's like my like club elevated club level, and then there's professional racers, and it's like, yeah, they're
I thought you were being helped by a public company.
yeah, I race for Techno, so yeah, I am on the race team, but I don't consider myself a pro racer. It's not my job. I don't get paid to race. I'm just I have a chassis sponsor, so I do try and get out to races and get out to more of the national type bigger races that are in my area. And I've been doing okay at those, but I don't really consider myself a pro.
Hey, you never know. If you keep at it for 10 more years, you might become a
Weekend
pro.
warrior.
John, I can see you getting a car set up and going to the RC Chili Bowl.
Yeah.
I can see you doing that.
What the
Isn't there
heck is
Chili
the
Bowl in
RC
Arizona?
Chili Bowl?
You know what the real Chili Bowl is with
No.
modified sprint cars and all that?
And all that down in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Nope.
They have right next door at the fairgrounds, they have the indoor version for the RCs. We got multiple guys that go from the shop every year, or for the past 3 years anyways. So we got like 6 or 8 guys going this year again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know about 6 or 8 guys coming from here
Yeah.
going to it.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
It's the dirt oval.
Dirt oval, yep.
Okay. I've not
Something
raced.
John would love to do.
Yeah, I've done on-road cars and off-road, but I've not tried dirt oval yet.
I can see you running a one of the dirt modifieds in the lower level classes, they call it, only because it's a little slower deal. I could see you setting up something for that and running.
John, North Rock RC is asking if you're using the NB4 for radio.
I am, yeah. For off-road, I use the NB4, and for on-road, I'm still with a Sanwa, just because I like both of them, and I'm using both. And I find the Sanwa is ever so slightly crisper. It's like milliseconds of a difference, or maybe it's a placebo effect, but I just feel like the Sanwa is better suited for the extremely high responsiveness of on-road, and the NB4 is great for everything else, pretty much.
Cool. I've got to say, I like your truck.
Which, this guy?
No, your 1-to-1.
Oh, my 1-to-1, yes.
You
Yeah,
still,
that's been
you
fun
still
too.
have your Volkswagen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, kept both.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw it there last week when I drove by.
Do you know they actually just changed the Golf again?
Yeah. I
Brad, stay RC, please.
He's talking about the Golf.
But if you're talking about trucking, meaning this thing, this is my Techno Truggy, my baby Truggy, and I've just sold it. So I was just taking the electronics out. I'm just gonna, it's a couple years old, and I think I want to try some different classes for next year. So just sold some stuff today. So this is gone. I just sold the laser nut. I got a lot to buy for repairs and new cars, because there's new Techno 8-scale buggy that I want, the 2.1. And my 10th scale 4-wheel drive car that's very similar to this is the type of a 4-wheel drive car that I run. I just completely obliterated it last night doing a big wall ride. I was flying down the straightaway, seeing how high I could ride the wall. And
You had a 4-wheel drive buggy right there, a Truggy that you have there?
about 5 or 6 feet before I lost downforce and crashed.
Is that a 4-wheel drive right there you're holding?
Yeah, these are all 4-wheel drive. Techno only makes 4-wheel drive vehicles. So yeah, they're all their race kits.
Do you think that's still competitive? That one that's a couple of years old, do you think it's still competitive?
Yeah, I sold it to another racer. He'll be racing it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more so changing it because I want to try different classes. I mean, I could still very much race this. This is the original, the 0.2, just kind of changed some of the geometry around the shock. Rear shocks move forward to ahead of the shock tower. They added more adjustability to the rear roll center. Minor tweaks.
Yeah, you ever thought of racing some vintage Schumachers?
No, I used to have some Schumachers when we were doing AstroTurf racing. I've owned a SX2 and a Cat K1 Aero.
I think Brad's referring to Schumacher from the late 80s.
Yeah, I don't have anything that old. No.
It
No,
has
no,
like aluminum
they did come
chassis.
back out. They did come back out with the Top Cat and the Cougar, and then they just came out with the Pro Cat. So they've come out pretty quickly with some of their vintage
Is
stuff.
it still with the aluminum chassis, like a bathtub chassis, but very thin?
The re-releases?
Yeah.
Probably.
You can get them in carbon fiber if you want to.
John, real quick, John, Nick, RC Basher Boy asked a question. Do you still have the Kyosho Outlaw Rampage truck?
I do. It's currently broken, but I do. Steering is locked up on it, or I haven't torn it out yet to see.
That really is a nice truck.
How's yours holding up, Tank? You still have yours?
Yeah, I still got mine. I used it the other day.
Yeah. Because the steering on that is like a plastic, it's just a plastic on plastic like bar. And yeah. I don't know if there's something that got jammed in there or it broke, but the steering is broken on it.
Me, the nut keeps coming out. Even though I put Loctite, the nut keeps coming out. It's crazy. It's stupid. Anyway,
that sounds familiar.
Right? That's what tire or for the something in the steering.
From the steering, from the servo, it keeps coming out directly on the servo.
Okay.
I guess I better use better Loctite or maybe red Loctite next time.
Isn't there a purple one or orange?
There's multiple different colors, Brad. It all depends on what you're working on.
You had that problem, Tank.
But I like that truck just because it has that suspension geometry of that rear floating axle type thing. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's what I really like the UDR for. And that's the one RC I sold last year that I kind of regret is the UDR. I'd like to get one of those back again. That was
and the Rampage also behaves very realistically.
Nobody ever talked about on the racetrack. Nobody ever talked about starting a league for the Rampage or racing. No. Not enough people have them, I guess.
No, if it would be a slash. If anyone's trying to get a basic truck class going, it would be slashes.
Yeah.
That's too bad because it'd be fun to race the Rampages, I'm sure.
It would be.
It would be chaotic because without gyro assistance, they're near impossible to hold on to. So I can't even imagine trying to race and saying no gyros. It'd be nuts.
Hey, if you've watched my latest Hornet video, I have a gyro on mine and it behaves so much better with just like 10% usage of gyro.
Yeah. For the racing, you can't run any assistance in any kind of competitive racing. But when I bash around, I usually run 10 to 20% like stability on. Just makes it fun, and you can do those beautiful drifts around without it biting you.
Yeah, a gyro on the grass on the hopper chassis makes a bit of a difference.
Oh, what's this? Another thing out of the Horde, the vintage Horde
is a very weird buggy.
Whoa.
I'm not sure. I'll show you why it's so weird. Look at this. If I do this, the front, see that?
Yeah, that's because it's got a center diff.
But look at this. Look at the motor orientation in the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like an inline mid-engine.
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Look at beautiful motor, Kyosho.
Kyosho always made beautiful motors.
This, I'll let somebody guess what company makes this.
Oh, I forgot what you told me it was, and it is a rare bird. Oh, it's the Luminous.
Yeah, but what's look at
Isn't that
it.
one of
It's such a
Nico's
neat
high-end
buggy.
pieces?
That a Marui?
So isn't that one
Maroon?
of Nico's high-end pieces?
No, this is a Nishimo.
Nikamo. Yeah, it's too bad that company doesn't exist anymore because they made nice cars.
Like, it's nice design. Like, I mean, this is ugly. This body here is very ugly.
The only that
Better than
motor.
some.
What's that?
The XR311. The XR311 had a motor just like that setup.
Yeah, this is just a weird beast. but I'm gonna run it.
Did you see all the hobby grade Nikos? They used to race those.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and they also made podium a few times, from what I understand, with them.
I can't believe the tires are still like no cracks or anything. And it still has the original air in them.
I think John would have a fun time doing vintage racing.
Be honest, if this thing would probably end up breaking apart after one jump.
Well, I've seen the AYK state in Australia. The guy was running an AYK and it didn't break at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, vintage racing's become popular, John.
Not so much where we are in Canada, but like in Europe, Asia,
and Australia.
Probably, but not a lot of people are into vintage stuff where we are.
Yeah, most of the guys around here are all excited for the very latest and greatest. The next point up release, the next year's tweaks.
Yep. Like Armas and Losi, Traxxas, whatever. That's what most people are here are into.
X-Ray, Team Associated, TLR.
Yep.
Has anybody raced the TLR Arma?
It's an 8 scale, so I don't see it local, but I have seen it race at the 8 scale off-road this summer, and it was very competitive. It was right up there with them.
It's because Team Losi made it. That's why they did all the geometry and stuff on it. And
yeah, no, it looked like a race car out there. Maybe not the crispest cutting edge handling, but it was holding its own. It was good.
No, but if someone could start a vintage class in Canada, you would be doing that too.
I really don't have that many vintage things. Pretty much what is back here is my 2 kind of prize vintage race cars from the 90s. But other than that, I don't really have much old stuff.
Is that a Team Associated stadium truck?
No, it's a Traxxas. It's a Blue Eagle LS2.
Oh, wow.
The Traxxas used to be raced too. I remember back in the 80s and 90s. They used to race them.
They were race kits. I built that truck when it was new in 1994 and won the series. It was fun.
Oh.
Because I would love to do, I love seeing like hoppers running against Associateds and Losis with the vintage racing. You would be surprised. Some people really know how to drive them.
There was some, speaking of that truck, there was some talk of us trying to get a vintage stadium truck class going, because there are a couple of us racers in our club who have old stadium trucks. That would have been fun. I would have really liked that, like stadium trucks from the mid 90s when they were like at the top of their debut in racing. It was a big deal, and that'd be cool to get a bunch of those out and do it.
Even the Kyosho Outrage. I had a Kyosho Outrage.
I'm at my original gold pan RC10.
Yeah.
Is that the Cadillac chassis?
It had the 6 transmission with the on the side.
It's too bad Papa Losi died recently. So the guy Schumacher's still alive, and he's an old guy. Yeah, in when they do vintage racing in Britain, the guy who made Schumacher, he's out there giving out vintage kits to people who win. So you get to meet the man who made one of the legends. John, I would send you videos of the tracks they run in Australia. They have some beautiful tracks that they run, and they're big.
Nice.
So don't say it yet, but I wrote a question. I'm trying the Q&A thing in the chat, and I asked the oldest one in the video panel is, which is the oldest person. So you guys guess who the oldest person in this video panel is.
Bill.
So,
sorry, Bill.
I think I probably got all of y'all beat.
RC Basher Boy says
crap.
It's got to be Bill.
Probably. Well, don't know. We'll wait till we get a couple more answers. RC Bashboard is the only one that did it. I'm trying this for the hell of it.
With the RC10?
Yes, that's an original chassis and
A
that's
gold
the
pen.
original chassis and body.
This
That
is
looks like
the
it's never been
original.
run. Look at it, not a scratch on it.
Yeah, look at this.
Amazing.
Still the
Oh, yeah,
original
this is-
tires.
And you could vintage race that. If there was a vintage race class in Canada, you would vintage race that.
Original tires.
Are those chassis screws on the bottom
I
like
never-
a bronzy,
I
brassy color?
never had these tires. I bought mine used, and
Nice.
the chassis all drilled out to lighten it, and some work done on it where the idler plate was, so it centered up the gears.
Look at that, the
And
white nylon.
Gear inside the transmission had been milled in the back, sort of a V groove cut in the back, and a bunch of holes drilled in them to lighten them up.
Okay.
Let me tell you, man, that old thing would spool up quick.
Bill, it sounds like you actually miss racing.
You know,
That's a nice RC10.
Nice.
So, yeah, the motor is not original.
I was running the
T4?
2 or the 2-inch wheels, you know, instead of the small ones.
I was drag racing with this thing, and it's quick and straight as an arrow. You'd be surprised how fast these things are in drag racing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's got no weight to it. That's why.
It's crazy.
Here's a vintage Futaba speed controller.
Yeah, that's the 210.
I might have one of those still.
I think the
I bet it
fuse
still works.
Yeah.
I bet it
still works.
I would
I've got an
still
old-
use that. I would still use that with the brushed motor.
I've got a bunch of old ESCs. I gotta see if they all work.
Yeah.
Saying that's got the titanium screws in it, don't it?
I ran mine with a
I'm not sure.
I think they
Novak
are.
ESC, and basically always ran a 27 turn Trinity
Nice.
mode.
G10. I forgot the name of company who does the G10.
Deacon.
Tekin.
Deacon,
I actually have a Tekin speed
Osborne.
controller. I actually have a
They still-
Tekin speed controller that when you slow down or when you put on the brake, it recharges your battery.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got a
old
regen
Deacon.
mode.
What's that?
It's
What-
got a
what is
regen
that?
mode.
I'm not sure what it's called or but I know that when you put on the brakes, you slow down, it takes that energy and charges your battery.
You know what? That is I would assume that would
Yeah,
make
the
it
old
expensive.
Novaks would do the regenerative braking.
Yeah.
That would make the ESC expensive.
Yeah, it was. That's why I never sold it. I bought it in early 90s. I remember I paid $200 and it doesn't have reverse.
No, just the idea,
that's
that it
the way
regens
we
like
used-
hybrids and electric
it
cars
was,
of today.
Your cars had no reverse on the racetrack, whether you were off road or on road, because they didn't want the confusion of people backing up and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you had turn markers, so that could be a problem. You had somebody there, they could be crashed,
Believe it or
Yeah.
and
not,
that was why they did not allow.
And also, can you imagine if you're backing up and somebody hit you? And most of the times the motors are in the back, so you could
Yep.
cause significant damage.
Yep.
you want to know something? In 1-to-1 racing, when they're caught in the traps out on the outside of the track, those cars still have reverse.
Yeah.
It's not like it's non-existent.
This Tekin ESC does not have reverse also. It's only got forward.
Is
I
that a B3 tank?
Right?
I had a Novak that did that too. On my
Is
B3.
that a B3?
On my
Sorry,
B3.
Bill, you broke up. What is it?
A B3?
What up, Dirk?
You're breaking up. The only thing I'm hearing is
What's up,
B.
Critter?
E, yeah.
Is a B3 B3.
E3.
Oh, the RC10?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I had a B3.
I
And
have
it had
no
a
idea
good
what
paint
this is.
job
I
on it.
picked it
I
up.
would've liked it.
I picked it
The
up used.
chassis
And
looks the same as a T3 that I had.
I just know that it's a RC10, and that's the only thing I know. So
I wish I still had the cars I had back in the 90s and early 2000s. I had a beautifully paint job B3. I had it color matched to those old Arizona stickers that they used to have on those flavors they used to have back in the day. And I would still have those stickers today. And if I had a car I wanted to paint whatever I wanted, I would have used one of those stickers and had it color coordinated to the sticker. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. You guys would have been impressed about who I had, someone who did it for me, but you would have loved it.
yeah, but you didn't paint it. You got to paint it
Doesn't matter
yourself.
if I didn't paint it, just the idea that it was color coordinated and it looked good and it wasn't box art, you would have liked it.
Brad likes box art.
When it comes to my Japanese brands, yes. Just the
I hate
Japanese.
box art.
Got to think outside the box.
If I don't have, if I had another brand like an Associated or Losi, I would think out of the box, but not with the Japanese brands.
See you later, Rick.
I never
Sure.
did anything to Maya box art. Everything I've ever had that was to Maya box art was completely out of the question.
Okay.
Well, the Fighter Buggy RX Memorial Edition, it looked great the way it with those gold foiled stickers in the black body. That you would have liked that just because it looked good.
I got to find a wing.
Later,
for this
RC
thing.
Rack.
This thing has no wing, so I got to find a wing.
You talking about your Associated?
Yeah.
Is that a B2?
I don't know what it is. It's an RC10.
I think it's RC10 or RC3B, or I don't know.
Don't know. Don't know if there's any way to see it, know it. I have no clue.
Does
know
it
it's got
have the
Phillips screw.
does it have the aluminum uprights for the wing at the back by the shock tower?
For the shock tower, no, they're plastic. They're plastic.
They're plastic. Okay. Because I know on the originals they had the those aluminum uprights, and the wing was basically it was a wire that was shoved in there, and it was a Lexan wing.
Yep.
And we used to always run with a clear wing, no color on it. Just.
That's getting popular again to have a clear wing. I've seen that a lot lately.
They do have the holes. The two holes are there to actually put the wings. Yes.
Okay, cool. So the same type wing.
Oh yeah, so it'll have the wires that come out. So yeah, that's probably
I
a
like those
B2
tires,
or-
Frank. They look like they get good traction.
We're talking about the wing, and Brad's starting talking about the tires. Typical Brad, just like we're going straight, he's going, oh, let's go left, let's go right.
Yeah, but you know what? We're still talking about the same thing, so it's not totally off track. Look at John shaking his head.
Terrible. Trail crawler. Why is Brad yelling? Because Brad is getting excited. When Brad gets excited, he talks loud.
I didn't think I was yelling just now.
A couple of minutes ago, you were, yes. Unless your microphone is very loud, which could be on your phone. I don't know.
Yeah, I have it probably full blast because I want you guys to hear me. Sometimes you have trouble even hearing me sometimes.
Was that you said?
You see what I mean?
What? I don't know, Brad.
Another Associated.
See, I need that wing.
This is a vintage RC10 graphite.
Graphite.
How many RC10s do you have, Sing?
More than one.
Yeah, I see that.
This here,
Do you have a spare wing at your place?
you want the wing?
Yeah, I need a spare wing, yeah.
Just take like metal and bend it. It's just and then get a plastic Lexan wing.
I was saying you don't live that far from him, do
Nope.
you?
Look at this. Look at this chassis.
He's an hour away.
Look at that.
Oh, it's pan-like.
This is when RC10 went from gold pan or aluminum, whatever, to graphite. This would be about 1992 or so.
Yeah, nice.
Look, and this is a vintage motor. It's called Speedworks, made by a company called Trinity.
So when are you starting your
It's a make
museum?
motor.
Sam? When are you opening up your museum?
Soon. Stay tuned. But look at this. Such a beauty. And
What
this
do
is
you
what
make?
people raced back the early 90s.
Yeah.
Are you making a hobby store?
Speed control, nice.
Look,
And
yeah,
those-
this is the
those
vintage
are
speed control Novak. So these were pretty good back in the days, Novak and Tekin.
Yep, Novak was great.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just
So
love
how
this
much?
graphite chassis.
So how much you want to sell it for?
It's priceless. I'm keeping this.
They go for pretty penny now too.
Yeah, I paid a lot for it because I want it, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I think I overpaid for it, but just because it took me about probably 7 or 8 years to find this model.
I bet you they make graphite associated, not graphite, carbon fiber ones now too.
Yeah, this is carbon fiber. You can see all the mesh and stuff and all the layers.
That's
It's
what
carbon-
graphite.
This is actual graphite, like on the box. I also have the box. It's the graphite edition. Look at that, hardly a scratch.
Cool.
Probably rigid as hell. That's
Yeah, it's fairly for just a flat, it's fairly rigid.
Yeah, there's no
I-
one single chassis, no supports, eh?
Nope.
It's probably because it's got a lot of it's probably got a lot less flex than you expect.
This will beat any Arma from today.
Whoa.
Considering they don't make it to
Remember Traxxas white nylon? Everybody's had white nylon for a long time.
Yeah, these white nylon, they're indestructible.
Put a Traxxas wrestler versus that. And
I'll
see
put
where
my
you're gonna go.
Traxxas Slash up against him, and I ain't racing my Traxxas
Oh,
Slash in like 2
talking about-
years.
This will beat the Traxxas Slash.
And
Mm-hmm.
same, absolutely, buddy. I'm with you on
Oh,
that,
that's
man.
nice.
Okay.
That is nice stadium truck.
Is that a graphite?
It is also graphite,
Yeah.
and it's a double-decker graphite.
Oh, it's a Traxxas. Look, Eric.
That's nice. Wow.
That looks big.
Both falling off, but also a Novak.
That's what she said.
John, don't
That's
show
nice.
that to Sang. He's gonna make you an
That's
offer.
cool.
This
Yeah,
is
no.
a-
Make you an
Rooster on
offer.
there.
It's not old enough. That
It's
mid
it's
90s,
what-
early 90s, too recent.
Too recent.
The Super Rooster on there, John,
What's that?
that speed control, is that Super Rooster?
It's a 610 reversible, Novak 610 reversible.
Okay.
I think that's
I
the
think it's the
predecessor
same
to
time as
the,
the Rooster. I don't quite remember the difference between the Rooster and that one, but
I think that's the predecessor to the Rooster.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
the Rooster was a little bit bigger. It was made for the Clodbuster. But yeah, that one there, that was a good one there.
That definitely is a racing chassis. I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was very rigid. It was like the no flex chassis. Like there's
I think-
none. They were almost too stiff, but that was what they were going for.
That was the period that Traxxas got serious racing until they start making like bashing trucks. Right after that, they starting a new trend.
Yeah, right after the year after this was the SRT, and then they quit their kind of race division, and then it was the Wrestlers.
Yeah, then it just they became known for like bashing and stuff. And they got out of the racing.
You know what? I think that was a mistake to do for them. I personally think that's a mistake.
We got a question from Seabuds 720. says, do you have anything from the 1800s?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. It's made out of wood and it has wooden wheels on them. And it has a
What's your-
string.
What's your oldest?
My oldest, it would be 1984, probably. I don't know. No, 83 or 84.
Cool.
On road or something like the fast attack vehicle, which is like the wild one before the wild one. That's probably my oldest buggy.
I would love to have one of the fast attacks.
See, to me, it didn't really made two-wheel drive buggies until 1979, but not competitively, like more probably like around mid 80s or so. 1979 is more like the Sand Scorcher. Yeah, anyways.
I think Bill misses his racing days. Do you, Bill?
Yeah, cost too much money though. You see
Big tire?
Does that up?
that,
Sure.
that tire is an IMX Clodbuster dually tire
Wow.
from 1986.
Wow.
Just some
Nice.
people,
Monster truck racing. Nice.
but they're still flexible. Homes in them, they're stiff enough that they stand up without it, and they're not cracked or anything.
I'm surprised some of the rubber or the quality from the 80s that are they're still good. Like I don't get it. Like normally rubber would degrade or
Yeah.
you know, like even real car tire, right? You don't want to buy a used pair of tires for your car that is like 15 years old.
Well, with the tires today, believe it or not, there's only 10% rubber in a modern tire today.
Oh, maybe
10%.
that's why.
Hell, I sold 2 sets of the Tamiya BFGs that they used to put on the little 4-wheel drive on the TA02 chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
I had 2 sets of them that were from the early 90s, and I sold them about a and it's a stiff rubber, not like the new stuff you, but
Oh, yeah.
but they were still in fine shape, not cracked or anything.
It's 11:33, so we're gonna close the live stream and we're gonna keep going on after hour.
Oh my God, time flies. It's past my
And-
bedtime.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no, it isn't. You've been up later than this with us.
And since Brad is lost the poll, came in last place, he's gonna.
I had a
start saying
feeling I
bye
did.
first. So you can
Of course I
say
came in
bye.
last. I'm sorry everybody dislikes me.
Oh, stop.
They did not say they dislike you. They just said they like other people more.
What to me that what's the difference?
Well, you got to pick a favorite, so they can't pick 2 or 3 favorites. They have
One.
to pick one. It's
And I
not
bet
because
you
they don't like
won,
you.
right, Frank? You won.
No, I wasn't in there. I could
John
only
Martin
put 4. I could only
John
put
Martin
4.
won. Or was it Brett?
Brett won, yes.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll go with John Martin next.
Thanks for having me, and see you guys on the next one.
Somebody was asking if you were sleeping there in the back.
No, I was just chilling out.
Cool. Thank you for coming. KBRC 13.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, Tank, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Unknown RC.
Thanks for the invite, Tank. Always a pleasure. Yo, don't forget to hit that like button on the way up.
Thank you very much. Sang.
It's good to see everyone. I haven't seen some of you for a while, so it's nice to be back.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Neck Cruiser.
Thanks for the invite. Good to see everyone. It's been a long time. Some of you on the panel we've never met, so form a hello. And I don't know how often I'll get on here, but when I'm around, I'll jump on and talk RC.
John from Net Cruiser RC has a bunch of different channels. Some that talks about cars and tech in generals, and an RC channel. So he's got two different YouTube channels. No, one YouTube channel that talks about cars and techs and things like that, right, John? You were thinking of.
I did split them up, but it's a lot of work, and primarily my RC channel is still the primary, but I've separated out the one-to-one real cars and truck stuff onto its own channel.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bill Biden.
Well, thanks for inviting me in, Hank. It was fun hanging out with y'all this evening, and thanks to everybody in the chat for coming and hanging with us. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate you supporting Tank that way. So come hang out with us next Thursday.
And don't forget Tamaya Tuesday when Frank can do
Get that mic on the way out too.
Yeah, we're probably going to start Tamaya Tuesday again. So if ever Sang you want to come in.
Yeah, I'll
Send me an invite to that. It might motivate me to start building some of my Tamayas I've purchased and haven't touched. So
hey, welcome to the club.
Cool. And the person that won the popularity poll, AZ Froggy, you got the last word.
Well, thank you for the invite, Frank. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for hopping in. Go enjoy the rest of your week. Go have some fun, but stay safe.
Cool. Thank you very much. So guys, thank you very much for showing up week after week. It's a lot of fun chatting with you people, and RC Talk wouldn't be RC Talk without any of you, even the people in the chat and the people in the video. So thank you for all the fun time throughout the years, and we'll have more and more of this. And meantime, go out there and charge up some batteries, go out there and have some fun and break something, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun, right, Brad?
I hate breaking things.
Break it.